Hello friends, it's Stephanie from Behind the Designs, and today I'm going to be kind of mashing together a few things. They're all the same topic, but I'm going to introduce you to part one of my recent Planner Perfect haul that I picked up from Easter, and part of it's going to be a sort of small setup of something, and then just kind of showing you the things that I have to go with it and a few other fun things. So all that's going to get covered in today's video. I'm kind of hopping on in a way last minute because we're supposed to get this big thunderstorm, and I think it was a flood warning, so I want to get it done before all the thunder hits. So I'm going to try and jump right in. So before I get to this book, I'm going to show you something that I picked up that is mildly related to Planner Perfect, but it's more just pure joy and enjoyment for me. So let me tuck this aside. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So I want to show you my obsession with these Ray Dunn mugs. They're probably, everyone knows about them, but I found this at Home Goods, and it has these daisies on it, and it was perfect for Mother's Day or any day. So I just wanted to share this fun, cute little mug that I can't wait to start using. Look how adorable that is. You've seen, if you saw my reel on Instagram, you saw my kind of really a daisy mug collection, a mini collection of sorts. So this I'll be using, and I'm excited. How fun is that, right? So that's just a sidebar. Let's dive in to the guts of this video. So I purchased off the Easter sale from Planner Perfect a few things. You saw my boxes again if you saw my reel on Instagram, and I'm happy to bring in a couple of those pieces now because I kind of want to get started with one. So here they are. We are going to talk about these. Look at this. I have always been obsessed with the daisy artwork from Jenny at Planner Perfect. So no surprise, I picked up one each of the colors that she has available in the soft bound daisy, Planner Perfect daisy book. It is, so let me show you the colors. There is teal, pink, orange, and yellow. And let me put these over here so that you can see all these lovely daisies. And let me look at this one here, because I think, I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to start with this one. So on each of the covers, there is her mantra and logo, or sub-logo, I should call it, write a better story. And that is what all her system is about, that and scripting. So I have a few ideas for these books. Will I use all of them? Maybe not, but I am going to start with one. I'm going to kind of get my groove with it and see how it goes. So this is the Planner Perfect softbound daisy book. It is an A5 size. It has 365 pages of 80 GSM journaling paper. So it's kind of like, if you're familiar with it, the B6, or not even, it's not even about the size, but it's about the 365 Stology. And you've seen my Stology. I've brought it out a few times and how chunky it is. So it's kind of the same concept in that way, that it's 365 pages. There is only this one size, which is the A5. So if it came as a B6, I may have gone to it as like a daily thing. I don't know. I haven't worked with it yet. I'm not sure about the binding or the spine or how it's going to lay, but I'll get to that. So there is inside. You open it and you go right to dot grid pages. They're all, here's the dot grid. There is, as you can see, if you look at this artwork here, the paper is kind of an offset from white. It's more of a, I wouldn't say parchment, but it's definitely not white. So it does have a yellower or very toned down beige look to it. There is a 5mm dot grid on each of the pages. She recently redid this book, and now all of the dot grid lines up perfectly. Nothing's cut off, nothing's crooked or anything like that. So she revamped it, and these are all the new books. So this is what I'm going to be starting in. So when I got them, I said to myself, what am I going to use this for? So I got them because they're so gorgeous, but I can always use some place to write. So although I have my 2 journals here, or my traveler's notebooks, one is business, which is a wide, and then kind of for me, my everyday carry is a narrow. So when it came to these, I was debating on a few things, and I may use each of those ideas in each of these books. But to get started, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to make it a specific thing. I'm not going to say, I'm going to use this for whatever, memory keeping, or I'm going to use it. I'm going to let it become whatever it's going to become. So, and I say that because here's why. When I first saw this, and I was, kind of looking around for ideas, and I thought, what do I want to use in it? I followed one of Jenny's videos I watched in which she introduced morning pages. And in there, she brought up this book here, which is The Artist's Way. And it is, I think I got it from Amazon. Again, I'll try and link it below, but it'll be in my Amazon shop. But in here, it talks about morning pages. So I kind of wanted to get a better grasp on what is it, what do you do with it, that kind of thing. Short story of it is that my understanding is that morning pages are like a brain dump. So they are the thing you do first thing in the morning. You'd pick up whatever you're working in, and you literally just brain dump all over your paper. Just right. It's not thinking about what you're writing. It's just literally, I forget what they call that writing, log writing or something, where you just let your brain flow. You let your hand write it out. It could be anything. It could be things that are extremely personal to things that are business related. It's just a brain dump, and it's writing. You can, structure however you like, but that's my understanding of what morning pages are. So, that was kind of what I was thinking I was going to use this for in the beginning. But as I kind of looked at it, I just thought maybe I'll let it tell me what it's going to be. So it may end up being a little of everything, a little of morning pages, a little journaling, a little memory keeping, quotes, whatever. It won't be a calendar. I don't intend to use this as a calendar function, at least the one that I'm starting. That's not what I want to do. So I would suggest that if you're interested in the learning about or reading more about morning pages, catch Jenny's video, and then also maybe pick up this book. I will say I have not started reading it yet, but I do intend to. Whether I do morning pages in here or not, I'm going to read this book. So hold me to that, because you know how I am with the reading. I get a few pages in and I just start dozing off. Having gone through school for so long, and the reading and the textbooking, and it got to the point where when reading was enjoyable for me, it got to be a chore. So I think that kind of still sticks with me a little bit. But keep me to that. I'm going to read this book. So there's that book. Here's the Daisy books. And as I said, I'm going to let this become whatever it is going to become. Is it something I'll pick up daily? I will hope to. But again, if I don't have a structure in my mind or an idea of what I'm going to do in the page, I won't pick it up because I don't want to pick up something and force it. I just kind of want to let it be what it's going to be, if that makes any sense. So to get started, I think, I'm leaning towards starting with the teal, but let me show you what else I got to go with this, and you'll see why I'm kind of like, do I go with this color? Do I go? So let me show you. So Jenny also has in her traveler's notebooks, there's one that's quite popular with this book, which is the white quilted Gwen traveler's notebook in A5 size. So a lot of people will pick that up to use for this. And I didn't want to get the A5 size if I wasn't sure, I was going to use it like that. So I kind of looked at some alternatives. And so I picked up a few things to potentially go with this. So let me show you what I got. Okay. So I picked up 2 new things from Orostelle. And I'm not a stranger to this brand. Oh, you can't even see it. I have purchased from this company before. I had purchased a B-Sextology cover. And then I also, at one point, let me show you, I picked up this A5, and now it's getting really close. Let's layer that down a bit. Again, at the time, this is the enthusiast part. I was not in an A5 size. I did have an A5 Stology, but I wasn't in that size. So I picked this up to go with it because this color is just gorgeous, right? And it should be. If I remember correctly, this is called Love Spell. I hope that's the right name. But these are her covers. She has various covers for both B6, A5, and other sizes. But it always has a pocket in the front. And it is a folio, which there's now newer versions out where they come still as the folio. Let's see if I can't get more in here. My little daisy books are in the way. It still comes as a folio, but it now has also a traveler's notebook option. So you can see the little, I don't even know what they're, string holders, for lack of a technical term. And then, of course, she always has at the bottom here a little place you can hook on a charm. So you have the option of using it as a folio, or you can use it as a traveler's notebook, or both, however it works for you. There's pockets, there's here, and then cards. Over here, there's a pocket. This is also one. And then you have the option. This is one of the newer versions where you can change where your clasp or closure is attached. So when your book is small, you can have it there. When it's larger, you can put it all the way out here so it stretches more over that thick book you have. So that is the basic structure of the notebooks or the folio covers that they carry. This was the first one I had ever picked up, and admittedly, I haven't used it yet, but I know since I like to try different things, it'll get used at some point. And now it may get used for one of these because, let me show you my new ones. Okay, so which one is this? Okay, so I'll share this one last. It's super cute. So let me get this one out. Okay, so this is the exact same style as the one I just showed you. So it's a croc line. It's white. It has, again, the closure, pocket. There's a pen loop. There are actually 2 pens you can put in there. This would come out. And here's the strings I'm talking about. So the pink one is in the bag somewhere, but you can use the strings or the strands to create a traveler's notebook interior, let's say. It is, I never looked. I think it's faux leather. I don't remember. And pocket, again, it's the same structure. Pocket, and this is where you'll slip the book into. So, and then here's another, you can adjust it, and then you have some pen loops. So my conundrum, I'm going to show you each of the books in the planner or in the cover. I will only slip the first one in so you can see it, and then everything after I'll just kind of set it in there, just so you can get an idea. So this here, let's get this all the way in. Okay, so this is how it will look in this particular cover. And you close it, you snap it. As you can see, I've got a lot of room here. So if I wanted to, I could move this down one more, and it'll be a little bit less room between the two covers. And then it'll grow with your book. So there's the teal inside, because here's what I'm doing. To start this, I want to have a book to put it into, or cover. Just because if I take it anywhere, I want to be able to protect it. So here's the pink inside this cover. And, oh, this one got a little something on it. Here's the orange. Look how gorgeous that looks with the orange. That is bright and sunny and kind of makes you want to pick it up every day for summer, right? All right, so there's the orange, and then here is the yellow. Nope, some on there too. I assume it was me. So these are all the books you can put in here. Now, here's the nice thing. Remember I said there's a little charm holder? If I wanted to, I could take one of Jenny's charms and I can hook it onto here. And then I'll have a charm on there as well. So I really love that fact. So my conundrum is this. Let me set this one aside, because I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to go with for the start of my book, which, as I said, I think it's going to be the teal. So here's the other cover. And this is, you'll see why I'm having a conundrum right now, trying to decide, because it is super adorable. So here we are. Let me get it out of the cover. Here it is. Isn't this stinking cute, right? I'm just folding up that little cover. It is a gray, and the difference is this one only comes in an A5, so I couldn't get it in a B6, which is usually the Stalogy size I use. But look at this. It is a sheer polka dot like pocket. You could put something in here. Absolutely, you could put it. You could tuck something in here if you need to. Let me do this so you could see. See? So you could put something in there if you wanted to, or not. And so that's why I was having a conundrum, because I'm like, do I want white? Because white would go with each one of these because of the daisy. Or do I want this adorable polka dot? You know, I really don't know. So inside, this one does not transfer over to a traveler's notebook style. It has the center charm at the bottom, charm holder. It still has the two pen holders. And again, you can adjust the size of your item. It has a pocket here, and then this cute little adorable polka dot pocket down here. So, and then the strings. Now the strings are for keeping your place in your book. That's purely what it's about. It has a pocket here and then here. Okay, so let's start the test. So here is a yellow. Okay, isn't that, I mean, come on. See my problem? See why I don't know which one I want to start? So I will show you my final two choices at the end, and then I may decorate a page. I'm not sure. This is kind of a haul, a mini haul. It's like part one of my hauls, and the new thing I'm going to be using with it, and then kind of like a little planner chat. I may get to decorating a page or two. We'll see. Okay. Orange. I mean, this polka dot is just super, super feminine. I love it. Okay, there's pink. So every color, because this is gray and really the other one too white, every color goes with it. That's so cute. All right, and then the teal. Okay, so these are your two options if you were to go with this style from Orostelle. And so here are my choices. Let me grab my other one out. So here's the white cover. I'm going to keep everything together where it goes. Okay, so my first choice, or one of the choices, I wouldn't say it's my first just yet because I haven't made a decision. One of my choices was this. I did like the teal with the white. Let me get this book out of the way. Okay, now I have some room to work. All right, so this was one of the choices, the teal with the white. And then my other choice, because again, I love this cover, was the yellow with the gray. Because that's just so gorgeous. Now, you know, again, if you saw my reel on Instagram, you know that I keep these books in the holder that is now on top of some drawers. So, you know, I will not store them in here unless it's the one I'm using. Everything, you know, it'll be just the book in that holder. When I use it, I'll put it into a cover. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so now what am I going to do? You know, what should I do? We have white and teal, or yellow and super cute dots. I mean, I could, because, you know, I can. I could if I ever wanted to. I mean, it's not a perfect color because I feel like teal is kind of grayed out. So I feel like having the gray in here is not as bright. But if I wanted to, I could change over to this with the teal. So I think because we're into summer, I think I'm going to start out with the white and the teal. That's a shocker for me because, again, I love this. It's just so feminine. I love the little scallop pocket and the polka dots. It's beautiful. Okay, so let me put this back in there so that it keeps it safe and secure. Okay, so there we go. I've introduced everything that I was going to for this video. Now what I want to do, I think, is kind of start a page or two. Again, I don't have an exact purpose for it just yet, but I feel like if I start it, then I'll start it. So I'm going to leave the first page because I do want to do some kind of cover page. I do like the idea of that. And oh, you know what? I have something. You know, I'm glad I went with this. I knew there was a reason I kept leaning towards this. Let me show you one more thing. Again, my newest obsession is Jenny's Daisies. Let me show you something that I purely came across on Amazon. I will also try and link that in the video. If not, it'll be in my Amazon storefront. Sorry for that long old arm in your face. Is this, okay? I found this. I have no idea how it works. I have not tried it, but you'll see why in a minute. Let me put this in here so that you can get the full effect. I have a thing, not so much about matchy-matchy, but for me, it's like accounting, which I worked in finance. It's like accounting. You know, there's this joy you get when you balance your accounts. Is when I find things that connect together, it just gives me joy. It's just the way it is. I don't know why, but that's how it is. So I found this adorable pen. Look at this adorable pen. It is, let me put this all aside here. Okay. Here, let me see if I can get this further up for you. See that cute daisy on there? So the background is more of a blue, it's not teal. Here's the thing. Let me figure if I remember how this came apart. Okay, so it pops off. It is a fountain pen. So I first have to learn how to load the ink in because I haven't tried it yet. But look at how cute this would look even with this, right? I mean, that is just, I'm like gushing over it. So this is going to go in here. I can tell you that for sure. Okay, it fits. Yay. So let's decorate a few pages. I almost completely forgot all about that pen. So let's see if I can get this somewhere out of the way. I feel like if I put it up there, then it's going to be in the way of the camera. So let me move all that aside. Okay, so to start off, I pulled some of my, I call them vintage Jenny washi tapes. In fact, I thought I had a daisy one. Did I use it all? I thought we had got a daisy one. Let me double check. Hold on. Okay, so I did have some. I thought I did. So as you can see, there's a floral theme because, well, that's what I do. So I believe these were 2022 maybe. Don't hold me to that. So anyhow, I have the washi tapes, and then I also have, I've shown this before. I've showed it actually long ago, but this is where I keep all my Planner Perfect stickers. So the monthly kit stickers that we get, I have these gold dot 3-ring binders from, I think they were Walmart. I mean, I'm not kidding. These were probably 4 or so years ago. And I love them for holding my Planner Perfect stickers. So as you can see, okay. I do have a second one that holds the later months. So I try and keep them all for January, all February, March, April, so that the months are together. So I can, if I'm looking for Halloween, all the Halloween stickers will be together. Because you do get 2 sheets for every, you get 2 sheets of 2 sheets. So you get 2 different stickers and you'll get 2 sheets of those in each of the sub box. So I did want to pull these out because I think what better way to start using it than to kind of get it in line with like its look, my view. Again, that's that connecting, I feel like. And see, here's the teal daisy and Write a Better Story. Over here is the pink with Write a Better Story. I'm looking for, and even this. So there is a black and white washi tape as well. I didn't grab that, but, and then it gets into Valentine's. And the only reason I'm looking at the January is because that's when these tapes came out, so it would kind of go together. So I've got either the teal or pink. And I do want to incorporate it, so let's jump in. All right. Let's kind of tuck that off to the side. And so as I was saying before, I'm going to leave this page blank because I do want to make it like a name page of sorts. So I am just going to start. The question is whether or not I want to start. I don't think I'm going to do, yeah, I'm not going to do a table of contents. That would be silly. At least for what I'm thinking, I don't think I would need it for that. So let's see. We have some washi. And then this, which pairs. This pairs with those stickers. So I'm going to pull those stickers out because I think those are the ones I'm going to use. Okay. So here is the 2 stickers. Let me move this. Okay. So here we go. This is our first pages, or I should say my first pages. I have no idea how I want to structure it, what I would write in it. All I'm going to do is just kind of freely put these things in. And I'm going to stick with the pink and teal. I kind of like that idea. So let's see. This has to be, I think what I'm going to do, I don't know if I can get this one torn as easily because it was near the edge. Oh, that's not going to tear right. All right, so let's start on this side. And then I will hold on to this over there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this. Oops. We're going to see if this comes up off the paper easily because it didn't go down right. So let's see. It does. Like butter, as they say. Okay. So there is my first thing down in this book. And then I want to do one up here as well. Oh, might want to turn it around. Let's do one on this side. And I think what makes this interesting for me to start is because I do like the idea that I will be able to practice as well my writing. So I do like that idea. You know, if you're writing in these books, you know, practicing just happens naturally. So I'm going to take this one off. Same thing. I'm going to run this down the edge. And then it's not coming in because I have these books here. Let me see if I can move these temporarily. Okay. All right. So far, I love how this looks. And then, do I want to add, I think I want to add this one here. You know, let's just kind of keep it simple because, as I said, I don't have an exact plan for the book just yet. It's going to become whatever it's going to become, and I'm okay with that. So here's what I'm thinking is that when I come in, I'll probably date these pages. So I would put the date for this page here, the date for this page here, and then I would write on that page. So that's kind of what I'm leaning to at this point. I love these washi tapes. Okay, so there it is. So let's get it in the cover. And the other pen, let me get this in here first. Let me see if I can get this in here. I know I can, I just have to push it in. I think it's all the way in. Let's pull these out. Okay. It looks like it's in. Let's see. Yep, it's in. Okay. So the other pen I could use is I do have a teal-ish TWSBI Eco fountain pen. I could also use that, which isn't inked currently. Or I could use a white fountain pen. I think for now I'm going to leave this one in here because it's cute. I need to find out how to load that. What else was I going to put in here? So I was going to put these in here. So these are some of Jenny's journaling cards that also came, again, in one of the kits. So I think I'm just looking for the best place to put these. I don't know if it, yep, that's wide enough. Perfect. And then this one I'm going to kind of just leave tucked out a bit. Okay, I'm good. And then this here can be, you know, you can put it in or not. It depends, you know, it's totally up to you. So there you have it. A bit chatty. Again, this was sort of a planner chat of sorts, and it was kind of just showing you what is in my head with regard to these adorable daisy books. And now I'm all ready to go. I've got my first pages set up. I don't have blank page syndrome, you know, like opening it up, I'm already started, ready to go. And what I haven't done is a pen test. So I will be doing that probably on the back pages. I'll show you how that goes because I do have a variety of pens. But I don't have that blank page syndrome. I'm ready to go. In fact, on this front cover, I have a sticker in mind of Jenny's that I think I'm going to pull out. So I've got my ideas going. They're ready to go. Here I am. I'm all set. I probably could reduce this a little bit. There is a bit of play in it. But I could also take, you know, my cards. I can tuck them in here. You can have a daisy peeking out, maybe at the bottom. Cute. Totally. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring these back up here. Let's move the washi out of the way. And let's see if I can't get these all here for you. Okay. So here is my Planner Perfect Daisy book soft cover setup. I've kind of talked about ways to use it. I've talked about how I think I'm going to use it, which is basically I'm going to let it become whatever it's going to become. And it may end up going into something specific, but for now, I'm thinking it may be like a journaling of sorts, a journaling / brain dump, for lack of a better word. So I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, be sure to subscribe, hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon. And that is it for today.